It was supposed to be a triumphant morning for Sylvester Stallone, a rare live appearance on The View to promote his new action drama and reflect on his legendary Hollywood journey. The audience roared as the 78-year-old icon walked onto the set, his signature swagger intact, his grin as magnetic as ever. The hosts welcomed him warmly, or so it seemed at first. For the first few minutes, everything went smoothly. Stories about Rocky, laughs about Rambo, light banter about his family. But when Joy Behar shifted the tone from admiration to interrogation, the temperature in the studio dropped. "So, Sly," she said with that half smirk she perfected over the years, "do you ever think your movies promoted toxic masculinity?" The crowd went quiet, the air thick with tension. Stallone paused, blinking in disbelief before letting out a small chuckle. "Toxic masculinity?" he repeated, leaning forward in his chair. "I call it being strong, being loyal, standing for something. That's not toxic, that's human." Joy rolled her eyes and interrupted, firing back, "Yeah, but times have changed, Sylvester. Don't you think those old macho roles send the wrong message now?" The audience shifted uneasily, sensing what was coming. Stallone's jaw tightened, his charming grin gone. "Times change," he said, his voice low and steady, "but respect doesn't. And I don't need to apologize for characters who inspire people to get up when life knocks them down." The crowd erupted in applause, some cheering, some gasping, and Joy Behar, visibly irritated, shot back with a sarcastic laugh that would soon become the spark that ignited one of the most viral on-air clashes in The View's history. The tension in the studio was electric, almost tangible, as Joy Behar leaned forward in her seat, refusing to let Stallone's words slide. "So you're saying criticism doesn't matter? That people can't evolve?" she pressed, her voice sharper now, her tone dancing between sarcasm and accusation. The other hosts glanced nervously at one another, sensing that the playful debate had crossed into dangerous territory. Stallone took a long breath, his expression unreadable, his jaw muscles visibly tensing. "No," he said calmly at first, "I'm saying there's a difference between evolving and erasing. You don't fix history by mocking it." His words struck like thunder, but Joy smirked, firing back, "Oh, come on, Sly. No one's erasing you. We're just calling out the macho stuff that doesn't fly anymore." That's when the veteran actor leaned forward, his eyes blazing with the same intensity that had made Rocky Balboa a symbol of perseverance for generations. "You're missing the point, Joy," he said, his voice growing stronger, rough around the edges, but powerful. "You can't tell men or women, for that matter, to be ashamed of being tough. The world's hard enough without tearing down the idea of strength." The audience erupted into applause, whistles, and even a few standing cheers, while Joy tried to speak over the noise. "Strength doesn't mean dominance," she shouted, waving a hand. "That's not what we're teaching young people." But Stallone cut in before she could finish, his tone now boiling with frustration. "You don't teach strength by talking about it. You show it. And I've spent my life showing that anyone, no matter how broken, can rise again." The crowd was divided now, half applauding him, half staring in stunned silence. Joey tried to laugh it off, muttering, "Wow, someone's still living in the 80s. But Stallone didn't bite. Instead, he leaned back, crossing his arms with a calm, icy stare that said more than words ever could. The camera zoomed in on his face, capturing every flicker of emotion, pride, defiance, and the unspoken fury of a man who had just been pushed afar on live television. The moment hung in the air like a grenade with a pin pulled, and even the producers behind the cameras could tell. This wasn't just another heated talk show argument. This was about to become a cultural explosion. Joy Behar, never one to back down, pushed again, and that's when everything snapped. "Sly, let's be honest," she said with a scoff. "Your kind of movies wouldn't even get made today unless they were parodying themselves. All that chest beating, macho nonsense is outdated." The audience let out a collective gasp as the comment hung in the air. For a moment, Sylvester Stallone said nothing. His stare hardened, the grin gone, replaced by something cold and cutting. Then he leaned toward the table, voice low but razor sharp. "Outdated," he repeated. "You mean believing in discipline, honor, sacrifice, things that used to mean something, is outdated?" His tone grew louder with each word, his Bronx accent slicing through the studio like a blade. "You sit here every day judging people who actually built something with their lives, while hiding behind cue cards and opinions. I earned everything I've got the hard way. No handouts, no safety net, just sweat and rejection until someone finally said yes. Asterisk, the audience burst into applause, clapping and shouting, half in shock, half in awe. Joy's expression froze. She tried to laugh it off again, but the sound came out nervous and brittle. "Oh, come on, Sly, don't take it personal," she began, but Stallone didn't let her finish. "I am taking it personal," he shot back, pounding his fist once lightly on the table. "Because it is personal. Every man and woman out there who's ever been told they're too old, too tough, too much, they're the ones you're talking about. I represent them." His words echoed across the room, silencing even the producers behind the cameras. Asterisk, Joy blinked, clearly rattled for the first time, and looked to her co-hosts for backup, but no one spoke. Whoopi Goldberg shifted uncomfortably, while Sarah Haynes looked down at her note cards. Unsure of what to do, the silence stretched until Stallone finally pushed back from the table, his chair scraping the floor. "I came here to talk about a film about courage," he said, standing now, his deep voice booming across the studio. "Not to apologize for having it," and with that, he tossed his microphone onto the table, giving Joy one last look, part fury, part disappointment, before walking off the stage to thunderous applause and stunned gasps from the crowd. Asterisk.